Hey YouTube, we're going to be giving away over 400 gift cards on this channel. That's Xbox, PlayStation, Amazon, iTunes, and Google. We're also going to be giving away a brand new iPhone 7 Red Edition. All you've got to do is like this video, leave a comment down below saying which gift card you hope to win, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications. Please enjoy. Welcome back, guys, and today I am playing Ezreal in the jungle. That's right. I'm not crazy, I just really fucking love Ezreal. He's actually my favorite champion in the game. I think his kit's insane and he has so much carry potential, and you don't really need a team around you. Like like the famous YouTuber like Philo, his favorite champion is Ezreal, and he talks about it all the time about how it's a good AD carry, that you don't really need another team to like kind of carry you or doing anything because you can always peel yourself. But let's get into these runes. For my runes, I took basically like the straight up, like, I think it's scores rune page, where it's just flat armor seals, flat AD reds, I believe, and a some MR and some mana in the blues with 1 lifesteal quint and 2 attack speed quints. And in the masteries, I just flashed those on the screen too. I basically wanted to get a lot of sustain out of my masteries while having a lot of damage and AP. That way I could really survive in the jungle, but also be able to like pack a punch early on in the lanes. But to be honest, as long as you have the sustain down, the rest of it is naturally in Ezreal's kit. He got a buff this most recent patch. Well, not the most recent, patch before last. He got a buff that dropped the mana cost on his Q a bit, which for some new players could be kind of risky in lane because you just spam it and then you run out. But I feel like in the jungle it doesn't actually affect him. It's just a flat out buff because you'll have blue buff all the time, and you'll just be able to use that to clear faster and keep your health up. So I think ultimately that was a good patch for the new Ezreal jungle. Like, I swear it's actually pretty broken. I went really hard in this game, and which it was just my friends goofing off, I guess, but I think it's pretty safe to say that I carried, and in this video I just kind of spliced together some like highlights. It's nothing too fancy or special, it's just to really like show you guys that Ezreal jungle is definitely viable on this patch. And it's not just because like, oh, you know, like he just kind of like walks in or like hides the whole game. Like, as you can see with my E and my like skill shots, I actually was able to make a really big impact with my ganks. Like, I was able to just kind of come in, like, sweep up kills and get fed like any other, like, assassin would, I guess. Like, if you think about it, Rengar early on can't really do that much by himself. He has to just kind of, like, come in and, like, snag kills. That way he can get his items up. This, like, allows your team to do that, but you have, like, an extra carry, and you have tons of CC potential with Ezreal, because if you get red buff, you can just keep stacking it with either your auto attacks and your Q. They both apply the red buff proc, because your Q actually applies on hit effects as if it were an auto attack, which makes it pair great with Sheen. In this game I just took the blue smite item because it's my favorite and I suck at jungle, so like, who doesn't want to just click on people and watch a blue smite happen? Which also that just adds CC so that I can be like more helpful and not just like a complete waste or like glass cannon. So I took that with the AD version of that item, and then I went into tier and Triforce, I believe, with cooldown reduction boots, and then I also went for the Blade of the Rune King, but that was mostly situational because their team had a lot of tanks with a lot of HP that I really just wanted to shred. But to be honest, a Blade of the Rune King has really been crucial to every Ezreal build since like probably Season 3, because you just want to be able to proc the percent health damage that it does just as much as possible, and since your Q applies on hit effects, it's really good because your auto attacks and your Qs apply it. If you don't like it, if you would like more attack, or not more attack speed, excuse me, more CDR, you could always opt into getting a Death's Dance. Or you could even go for a Bloodthirster if you like the extra sustain and you feel like you just can't get away. But other than that, it's pretty standard. I actually think it's safe to say that the original Season 3 blue build is back, but, you know, actually in the jungle this time instead of just taking jungle items in the lane. This is actually a really safe thing to play in games because you can't really get destroyed in lane, or not in lane, excuse me, you can't really get destroyed early on, because if you think about it, counter jungling normally only works if they can get kills off, because if they can't, you can normally get your smaller creeps or even go into theirs. With Ezreal, you have basically 2 flashes up most of the time, like as long as you're like conservative with your actual flash, but you get a flash like what, every like 20 seconds at level 1, probably less than that, even closer to 18, and so it just really makes him a super safe pick. And he scales really well into the late game if you get a Mirror Mana. If you don't, then like good luck, I guess. Mirror Mana is kind of crucial to Ezreal's, in my opinion, just because it gives you so much AD after it stacks up. I can't remember what the actual number is, but I think it's equivalent to the AD of like a Bloodthirster or something, maybe even more. It's around 75 or so. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the builds. For the playstyle for this, you really just want to take your buffs, especially red buff, and then come and like stand in lanes with your teammates to help give them presence and pressure. It's always good to try to counter jungle, especially as something like this, because the less work you have to actually do to get the kills, the better. You just want to be there to apply pressure and damage, and then red buff procs for like days and days and days. But without red buff, if you don't go Iceborne Gauntlet, you will be a little bit lacking in the CC department, because all you'll have at that point is the smite if you took the blue smite item. But actually, as far as damage goes, this is a really high output damaging jungler. Like I'm pretty sure I had the highest damage out of anyone on my team against champions as that goes. And oh, another great thing about this is like Ezreal's sieging potential is pretty fucking insane. Like you can actually just kind of like get a kill in bot lane or something, and then like push it in, and then have 3 people on the tower, and hopefully get like an early first blood tower, which will just give your team like a really nice global gold advantage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, maybe learned something, realized that Ezreal jungle is totally new meta and it's going to take over LCS. And thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.